Hey guys, what is up and welcome back to my channel. In this video today I am joined by my boa constrictor, which is nameless at this point. So if you guys have suggestions, feel free to let me know in the comments. If she bites my face in this video, I'm gonna laugh and cry at the same time. She is joining me today to help me bust some common snake myths. Some misconceptions that a lot of people have about snakes that you hear quite commonly and might even believe if you don't know a lot about snakes. So let's just get into the first myth right away, which is the one I heard most commonly, which is snakes are slimy. I hate snakes because they're slimy. I mean, I get that they might look a little bit like they might be slimy, but they have scales, so obviously they're shiny. The scales are super smooth. I really have nothing to compare it to. It's like snake leather, or any leather for that matter. It's super smooth, like leather feels, and not slimy, wet, or anything like that. They're completely dry unless they went to take a bath right before you take them out. But besides that, they are completely dry. If they haven't been laying in the warm spot of their enclosure, they're a little bit cold and super smooth. I really don't know how to explain that feeling. It's actually really nice. I really love the feeling of snake scales, so for me it's a nice feeling. There's really nothing slimy about a snake in any way. They feel super smooth and silky almost. It's really nice to touch them. Like it's hard to compare it to anything, really. And what a lot of people ask me when they find out that I have snakes is, snakes are venomous, aren't you scared? And yes, snakes are venomous, some snakes are, some snakes aren't, and I don't have a single venomous snake in my collection at all, because that's one thing I set myself to, not to get venomous animals. I mean, mildly venomous, still okay, like a hognose or something like that, but I wouldn't get a rattlesnake or something like that, for example. So yeah, there's venomous snakes out there, but just assuming that all snakes are venomous is obviously not correct. All my snakes are not venomous. This, for example, not venomous. My bull pythons, not venomous. I don't have any venomous snakes in my collection, so no, I'm not afraid. And then once people find out that my snakes aren't venomous, but actually strangle their prey, or well, asphyxiate their prey, they ask me, can't your snake strangle you? Like, can't your snake kill you if it strangles you? And I mean, no, they can't. I mean, look at the size of her. If she decided to try and strangle me, I could pull her off easily. Now, if I had a 6-meter reticulated python, the whole thing would look a little different. You definitely don't want to handle big snakes like that by yourself. Always have someone, at least one other person around, better is 2, because it can get quite dangerous if you have snakes of that size. But I don't have any snake that is the size that I would be afraid of it. No, I mean, she's gonna get quite big eventually, but no, I'm not afraid. At least not yet. I'm just hoping that I'll be able to get her nice and tame on the arm, so that when she gets bigger, I'll still be able to handle her and don't have to be afraid of her. Like my other boa, he's not very tame, he wasn't handled when he was younger, so it's very hard to handle him. But with her, I really want to accomplish that she won't be as stressed as my other boa is. Or well, the other boa is not mine, but the other boa is very, very stressed out. Coming to a next misconception that a lot of people have, which is that snakes eat people. I don't know how many people believe that, but I have definitely been asked that before. And I mean, yeah, in the jungle where there are anacondas and people living in the wild, it happens that a child gets eaten. I've read news articles about stuff like that. But usually snakes, specifically captive snakes, don't get as large as their wild family, as their wild sisters and brothers do. So I don't know if I've heard of any story of a snake eating its owner. I mean, killing, yeah, obviously with venomous snakes, but eating, I don't know if I've heard any story of that. So there's also nothing I am afraid of with my snakes. Definitely, they can't kill me. They're not going to eat me. And it does happen. I'm not saying a snake has never eaten a human before, because it definitely has happened. There's news articles about stuff like that out there. But the danger of that happening with captive snakes is quite low. Really quite low. As the snakes just don't get big enough to eat people. Except for small children. But you definitely shouldn't have your small children around your huge reticulated pythons or anacondas or something like that. Definitely don't do that. It's not a good idea. And then lastly, one thing a lot of people believe, which I probably believed too when I was younger, is that snakes dislocate their jaw when they eat. It's not true. They don't. They don't dislocate their jaw. It's basically just that their jaws are very flexible. Their jaws aren't like ours. Our jaw just moves up and down. There's really nothing else to it. This is one bone, and we can't move it any other way than up and down. Now a snake's jaw is split right down the middle, so they can move these two separately, which basically enables them to consume, well, open their mouth wider than we can open their mouth. That's also why you will always see a line when you look at the bottom of a snake's jaw. There is a little line, which is basically where the jaw is split and where they can move their jaw. And also their skin is super stretchy, so their skin doesn't rip when they open their mouths super wide. And well, they're also super flexible. And that's the reason why they're able to consume such large prey and not have to dislocate their jaw for it. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Those were my 5 myths that I wanted to debunk today. I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and I hope I see you here again soon.